Oh shit! This shit live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of the Valley Talks podcast, and we're here with the one and only T. Ross, baby. Yo, congrats on
What's up, my
8,000
man?
career points, man. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
How have you been
Appreciate you,
loving the
man.
Valley?
Appreciate you. I'm liking it, bro. Getting adjusted. It's, I mean, we since I got here, we've been on a couple road trips, so I haven't really got a chance
Right.
to move around that much. But I mean, this past week has been cool. I'm out here like close to the practice facility, but it's been cool, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the weather. It's very scenic. There's a ton of hills and hikes and mountains and all that. So I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it right now.
I mean, chance to compete for a championship is pretty crazy.
No, for sure. Nah, bro. It's definitely it's crazy coming from a team like Orlando that was like in the
Yeah.
middle of a rebuild, and then seeing how fast everything can change and go from down to up. So we're definitely in a good spot. We're definitely, strong contenders, and it's going to be exciting to see what we do, in this last, 7, 8 games, eight, 9 games, whatever it is. So it's getting the playoff
Yeah,
time, so it's
especially
going
with
to be
KD
fun.
coming back Wednesday too. That's gonna go crazy. Uh, Definitely.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's coming back Wednesday?
That's what
They say he's
Shams
coming back
said,
Wednesday?
man. I don't know if
I don't even
Shams
keep up with it.
trolling. I trust
Okay, well,
Shams.
hell yeah.
That's what
Hey, I don't know. Hey, I trust him too, so we'll
I
see.
know.
I
It's gonna be
hope
pretty
so.
crazy. I mean, what's it like just being around booking KD, man? Two guys that just are there to just strictly hoop.
hmm No, it's been crazy. It's been cool because I played against these guys, pretty much the better part of my whole career, and to actually see them up close and kind of work with them and kind of see, how they approach the game every day is amazing. Book is like, a young up and coming superstar, and KD's one of the
Yeah.
top 10 greatest players of all time. So to kind of be around them and kind of see how they come to work every day, how they approach the game, their mindset, everything. It's cool, man. It's humbling to be around guys who, have so much experience, and even with like Chris Paul and we got other guys in the locker room. It's cool to be around, some of the league's best. And it's been fun, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm fitting in perfect.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the guys. So it's been a cool, smooth transition.
So, who talks the most trash? Who talks the most trash at practice? Yeah.
On team, so it's crazy. Like now this part of the season, like we don't really practice as much. Like we probably practice more than they would have if we didn't have like all the trades and like
Yeah.
the new additions to the team. But we do have, like practices, and it's more so in the sense of like just workouts and shooting drills and little stuff like that. But in terms of like, when we're
Yeah.
competing and stuff like that, who talks most trash? It might be
Campaign?
campaign. Campaign, he's like, how he is. Like on campaign, he's up there. I mean, most guys just hoop, but like if we start talking,
Campaign.
it could be between like TC, campaign. I mean, everybody talks a little bit, but yeah, nah. When it comes to my
Yeah.
fight, campaign.
When are we gonna see you catch a body? Somebody told me to ask you this. When are we gonna see T. Ross catch a body in a Valley jersey?
Man, bro, I'm getting old, dog. This is year 11 for me. So, I mean, we gonna see. I mean, this part, I can still jump for sure. And definitely I've been thinking about that because since I've been here, I maybe had one dunk,
Yeah, I
and I
think
don't
that
even
was in the
really
Bucks
count
game.
that. That was like
I
in
think he
Milwaukee.
was
That was
on
my
Brooklyn.
second game. Yeah, I don't even. I mean, it looks cool in the picture, but I don't really count that. But don't worry. I'll try to get a
All right.
couple before the end of the season, man. I need to get my legs back under me and do something cool. But we'll definitely see. I'm definitely working on that one.
Slam
I'm
dunk
definitely
champion,
working on that
baby. Yes, sir.
one.
Um,
That was a
I mean,
long time ago.
he still got it. I saw
Yeah.
what you were doing in
Indeed.
Orlando. I saw what
You
you were
talking about
doing.
Indeed? Oh yeah, no, for sure. No, man. I mean, that's the thing, man. Everybody always used to tell me when I was, my first few years in the league, it's like, oh, you're gonna stop jumping. You're gonna stop, trying to dunk everything. You're, 4 or 5 years into the league, and I was just like, nah, I don't think I'll be that guy. And to this day, man, like even in practice, I'm always just
Yeah.
jumping, dunking around. Like if I can get a tip dunk, I'm going for a tip dunk there and shoot around. It's like anything. Like I just enjoy, dunking,
Right.
and using my athleticism because I feel like if you don't use it, you start to lose it. So as long as like every day I can go out there and dunk, I'm gonna try to just because I know I'm not gonna be able to do it forever. So I gotta do as much as I can
Yeah.
before I'm done. So I'm definitely gonna try to get everybody here. We'll see. Hopefully, because if I do, we can clip this and it'll
Yeah.
look super cool. But we'll see, man. We'll see, man. I'm
You
getting
still
old.
got it. You still got it for sure. Has anybody ever asked you about your arc on your jump shot? Because the first game I watched you play with the Suns, I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, is that up in the rafters?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, since I've been young, I've always had like a crazy jump shot. Like, and I like to jump when I shoot,
Yeah.
and that gives me a lot of lift. So it's weird. So it's like I've always had that arc, but I think it's just with the way I jump and like my release point, it just looks like it's a moon ball. But if I didn't jump as high, like it probably wouldn't be as high, probably a little straighter, a
Right.
little, more flat line. But I've always had arc on my shot, man. It helps me in the long run. It's like something I had to work on when I was younger, just because once you start to get tired and once you're, because in the game
Right.
you're gonna naturally get fatigued and you're gonna lose some jump on your shot because you're just tired. I just kind of taught myself if you can get that arc up, that will kind of, it was kind of where am I? I don't even know the word I'm like.
Yeah.
But if I get some of
Yeah.
that arc on the jump shot, it will for sure, make up for the distance of me not jumping that is high or being fatigued or whatever it is. But something I always worked on, something I always kind of been conscious of, and like now I got to the point where I can just shoot like rainbow shots, and it just feels normal. So it definitely helps, man, because I mean it makes it harder for
Right.
guys
Yeah.
to block the shot, but it's something I always kind
Definitely. Yeah, for
of
sure. Because
something
I
I worked
mean,
on.
I I'm not. I'm gonna say it right here. I think you're undoubtedly one of the best shooters in the league. I think one of the most underrated, unrecognized shooters. I honestly,
Yeah,
because like, especially like
no,
last time,
appreciate it,
man. Like
man.
you're pulling over like one guy, deep 3-point range, and boom, it's in. I'm like, whoa.
Mhm. No, it's something I for sure had to work on, bro. It's tricky, but like the thing I try to do, especially like in my off season workouts, like the one thing I do a lot of is put up shots. Like I try to make maybe like anywhere from like 300 to 500 like threes like every time I work out, just so I can
Yeah.
keep that rhythm. Because like shooting at some point just becomes like a rhythm thing, and like it's easy to get off rhythm, man. It's real easy to get off rhythm. It's harder to stay on it, and it's just something I try to stress. Like I try to get up a lot of shots, like weekly. And like we don't have a day off, but like every day you gotta go to the gym, just get some shots, keep that rhythm. Even if it's not a lot of shots, I like to feel good when I shoot
Right.
because that translates into the game. So it's all about you. It's a lot of repetition, just keeping that rhythm. If you got that rhythm, man, then it doesn't really matter what the
Yeah,
defender does.
especially because a lot of Suns fans before, like at the beginning of the season, when the Suns were in that little rough patch there without Book, were like, man, we need a scorer off the bench, and everybody would comment under my post, we need Terrence Ross or we need Gary Harris, man. There was this one specific dude. He was like, we
Yeah,
need T. Ross, man. I'm like, okay, and for
no,
sure.
for sure.
I mean,
No, it's been great, bro. No, I mean, even between like last night was a good indication of like what we're capable of, especially off the bench. Like we try to make it an effort to kind of maintain or like you know elevate whatever the game is at the point that we check in. But for sure, it's super dope. Like between me, Campaign, TJ, uh, D Lee, call him Swish, but Ish. Bro, we got a ton of pieces, man, that could maintain and play defense and get buckets when we need to. And I think right now we're just trying to find the rhythm, in that second unit. We're trying to find like some of that like what works for us. And I think last night was a good indication of like what we're capable of. And now it's just about bringing that type of effort every night. So that was a good test for us last night. We needed that
yeah.
win, but it was great, man. It
With
was
the
a good
playoffs
feeling.
coming up, since we're on this topic, who do you think in the West is going to
Hmm.
be a really like some tough teams in the West? The West is super tight right now. Anybody could fall in and anybody could fall out.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's so weird because I've been in the league for a while now, and it's just like the league goes through different eras of like teams that are
Yeah.
like about to win. And for a long time, it was LeBron coming out of the East for like 10 straight seasons going to the finals. So we always knew that
Yeah.
LeBron's going to the finals. And then out the West, it was one of those big teams. Like I mean, OKC had a little run for a little bit, but then it turned into like the Spurs and the Warriors
Yeah.
created a dynasty, and I think after a while, like it came be kind of like we all knew who was going to the finals after a while. Like there was a a trend where it was like, oh, Warriors, Cavs, Warriors,
Right.
Cavs, Warriors, whoever it was. But now since I think the Raptors won in like 2019, 2018, 2019, that changed the whole dynamic of the league, man. It's like since then, the league has been as competitive and close as it's ever been. So it's hard to say like who's going to really come out on top. Like it's so close that it's all about whoever finds the best rhythm, whoever can maintain their level of play and execute. That's going to be the team that gets to the finals. And it's tough, man. It's crazy because all these teams
Yeah,
were
yeah,
close. You see how close the playoff race is right now. Like it's hard to say who's going to come out top, but I feel confident in our team that we have a good chance. We got players coming back. We got DA
right,
coming back. We got KD coming back. We have good pieces that are going to help us put us over the top. And it gets to a point in the playoffs where plays and
right.
everything stop working, and it's all about who has the bigger guns and who has
Yeah,
the better scores and who can go get a bucket. So we just have to figure out how. Let's take it day by day, but we got to figure out how to get to that point. And I feel confident about where we are right now. So it's going to be fun, man. Playoffs is great. Like, this is the
right.
first time I got to
Yeah,
play in the
true.
West. So
Yeah, very
to
true.
experience this, the level of competition, it brings the best out of everybody. So it's definitely going to be fun. I'm anxious and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
It's gonna be pretty crazy. I mean, health is also a really huge factor with it too, especially with Clippers with Paul
Mm-hmm.
George, prayers up to PG.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. There's so many things that go into it, bro. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell, but it's gonna be one hell of a ride. So we
With
just
the
got to get ready
playoffs and
for it.
stuff, do you think traveling back and forth from one city to another during the playoffs is that play a huge factor into it sometimes?
No, at this point in the season, man, we're conditioned to it. Like most guys are doing this for a long time, so we have our routines. We know what works for us and what gets us
Yeah.
going and kind of what keeps us energized. But no, at this point, like it's not that bad. But I mean, having home court advantage definitely helps. Being in your
Yeah.
environment for as long as you can, it keeps you in your rhythm. So that's definitely something you gotta be aware and conscious
Yeah,
of.
especially me, the Valley man. I'm not gonna lie, I watch a lot of like,
Mhm.
especially when the Suns go on the road. I'd say we have one of the best home court advantages in the
Yeah,
league, easily.
no, no. This is the third team I've been on, but the crowd and every night they tell us it's a sellout crowd, and like that's hard to do. Like it's not nothing to take for granted. Like the fans here are hungry for to win, so you can definitely feel that, and playing with that type of energy behind you is a bonus. So it's definitely been great. Fans are amazing, crowd energies another level. So can't wait. I can't wait to see
Yeah,
what
because
playoffs is like.
especially since we're on the fan topic, I mean, I've been to a game at Footprint Center and I've been to a game at the Target Center in Minneapolis. I've seen it both ways. When the Suns are in there, I'm like, dude,
Mhm.
there's more Suns fans than Timberwolves fans here. It's crazy.
Mhm. No, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. Because you got, man, I think once you got into the finals, man,
Yeah,
that gave you guys new life. And because I mean, the Timberwolves haven't done anything. They've been to the playoffs once in the last however many years. So I mean, they probably don't have the itch for winning the same way Phoenix did.
yeah. Do you think? Okay, I don't know if you could talk about this, but what do you think about the refs? The refs lately, man.
The rest, dog, it is what it is, bro. I mean, but that's one of the things, bro. Like we forget how passionate players are
Yeah,
when it comes to playing because you get so caught up in the game, and we're all conditioned to be like, you know what, the refs, you can't let that affect you. Like you have to do what you can do. You can only control so much. So you try to keep that that aspect relevant, but like
right.
sometimes it's an emotional game. It's a really emotional game. So people get worked up. So I completely understand it, but I think it's definitely going to help in the long run for whoever is reffing. I think that for whatever team can hold their composure is going to pay off for them down the long run. It's gonna play to some event. It might not sway the game, but it's going to help at some point. But it's tough, man. It's tough sometimes, but you
Especially
gotta
when
play
like
through stuff like
Scott Foster, CP3.
that. Yeah, bro. Man, it's all types of stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do, bro? The refs. You
Right.
have no
Yeah.
power against them.
Uh, I've been thinking
Yeah.
about this. So when the Kevin Durant trade initially happened, I mean, you were still in Orlando. The buyout didn't happen. I'm assuming, right? What
Mhm.
What was your reaction
No,
to
not yet.
seeing that trade, especially happen at like midnight too?
Yeah, well, I think I woke up. What? Yeah, I think I woke up. I went to sleep that night, and I don't remember anything happening. And I woke up to like just not pandemonium, but like it was people. Oh, I was. I checked Instagram, and the first thing you see is like, oh, KD and the Suns.
You're
I'm
right.
just like, wait, what happened? And so like that just kind of it was just, and after that, like the whole day was just all
Yeah.
KD to the Suns, KD to the Suns, KD. So that was cool to see because that's a huge
Yeah.
trade. So crazy. I had no idea that a few days later I'd be a part of
Right. And
that
personally, I
team.
think it worked out for both sides because Macau was averaging, I think, 25 points, close to 20. Now he's out there just hooping, getting 30 a game.
Crazy. But that's the thing about it, bro. Like things like that. Also, like I know he was such an integral part to this team and like to the city, but at the same time, like that allows for him to take that
Right.
extra
Yeah.
step in growth
Yeah.
and
For
let
sure.
him even develop even more. And I think having all that opportunity, like he is thriving in it, and he is looking like a freaking all-star, bro. The dude's balling, like, and to be on a new team and do that, like that's
Yeah.
really hard. So he's definitely, it looks like he's having fun
Yeah.
and enjoying himself.
When are
So
you? I
he's
mean, when
definitely in a good
are you
spot.
gonna pull up Macau's celebration? We got to see that in game. Little three finger. You got to see
Nah,
that.
bro. Never.
We
That's
got to
him.
see
That's
that.
him. No, I'm never gonna do that. No. That's all him. That's all him.
Not for sure. I guess for the people watching, and I mean, you got bought out from Orlando. How does a
Mhm.
buyout work? I guess.
No, I mean it's pretty much you just come to terms with the team on you know how much you want to. Not even how much, but it's just like you guys come to terms and they just buy you out and they just buy the rest of your contract out and they pretty much become a
Yeah.
free agent. So it's kind of simple like that.
There was reports when I think you were still a free agent or when you got bought out. It was between Phoenix or Dallas, if I'm correct. What played a big
Mhm.
factor in that
Yeah.
decision of coming to Phoenix over Dallas?
Um. Man, I would say Coach Monty and James Jones, like they really sold it to me. Like they called me a lot and they were saying like, hey, we really want you to be a part of this. We think you'd be a good fit here. And like it was just a better opportunity here. Like I felt like Phoenix needed a
Yeah.
little more of what I did than Dallas does because they have guys similar to my play style. So I was like, it would just be a better fit here. And they really, expressed their
Yeah.
enthusiasm to bring me here. So they sold me on that, man. Because I mean, you want to go where
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
want it. So that was it was a good feeling too. So that made it pretty easy for
Right.
me.
So I'm gonna get into a couple little Q&A here. Uh, I
Hmm.
posted a little thing on my Instagram story. I had people ask me some questions of what they would want you to answer. And one of them was,
Yeah.
what was your welcome to the league moment?
Hmm. I would definitely say it was I think it was like my second year. I'm sure I had some first one, like some moments in my first year, but I think it was like my second year. We were playing Kobe. We're playing the Lakers in LA, and I'm sure everybody's seen this video, but I ended up like on a switch, like a random switch on Kobe. Kobe thought he got fouled, and so he was kind of like talking to the ref, complaining
Yeah.
to the ref or whatever. And so the guy that was guarding him kind of like takes my man, and so I'm left like trying to guard Kobe. And then so I score up with him. I'm trying to keep him baseline, and he does like a rip through. So I opened up and tried to cut him off. And when I took that step to cut him off, he just snatched back between his legs, and he just pull up. And I tripped over
I
his
was going to
foot
ask
because
you
his foot
about
was
that. I
out,
was
and
like,
I
is that what
tripped
he's
over the
talking
foot.
about?
Yeah, and I tripped over his foot and ended up falling, and he hits it, and he just stands there. And I just remember, I felt like I was just on an island.
uh,
None of my teammates came to help me up. I was just there by myself, and I was just like, because like growing up, Kobe was like my
right,
favorite
in the
player. So
Staples Center, too.
I was like, man, yeah, I was on his addition to the
Yeah.
highlight tape. So it was a bittersweet moment, but that was definitely one of my welcome to the
Yeah.
moments.
So you are from, like, the LA area, right? If I'm correct, you're from LA?
so born in LA, and then I moved around a lot. My dad played essentially G League basketball, so we moved around a lot. And I lived everywhere from Washington, Oregon, California, and then but I pretty much grew up in Southern California till I was 12, and then moved to Portland, Oregon when I was 13. And yeah, I grew up in Portland, Oregon. That's where I say I'm from, because that's pretty much my whole experience. But yeah, pretty much from Portland, Oregon. Mm-hmm.
Who would you say is your top 5 greatest, the best players of all time? If you could choose 5 at any position, who is your top 5?
Jordan, LeBron. This is in no order, but Jordan, LeBron, Steph. Steph. So Steph, Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan. And it's a toss up between Shaq, Wilt, Kareem. But yeah, I would probably. I mean, I'm gonna say Wilt. He put up 100. Yeah. Somebody said Kobe. Kobe. I would put up Kobe too, but he's pretty much the same as Jordan. So I'm gonna go with Jordan.
Personally,
yeah, that's my top 5. Boom.
My top 5 is very similar. I have Curry, I have Jordan, I have LeBron. I'm gonna switch out Tim Duncan for Kevin Durant, personally.
Okay, I can see
KD,
that.
and my center, Will. I mean, Will was a freak of nature.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature. Shaq was. I would say Shaq, but Shaq had. I mean, for Shaq to be the greatest center of all time, he only had 1 MVP.
True.
So it's kind of people forget that. So I don't know. But Wilt was he's different, bro. He averaged 50 in a season. I don't know what else. The object of the game is to score the ball, and that dude did that. So,
Do you think
I don't know.
anybody will ever get Wilt's 100-point record in a game? You think no one? What about Kobe's 81?
No, enough time. Yeah, somebody would get it, but Donovan. Somebody.
Yeah, there was a couple of times this season where when Dame dropped 70, it was ooh, he might.
It's getting close. I'm saying somebody will do it. Somebody will do it.
So I think Dame was on a podcast also. I think he was talking about how he could have scored 90 points, legitimately.
Hey, I believe it, bro. With that dude's range, he definitely could.
What was it? Okay, so you dropped 51 with Toronto. How do you just? How do you know when you're in that rhythm? Man, I got it tonight.
You know when you know, bro. When you're making shots, after 4 or 5 shots, and it's just not touching rim, you know you're on a burner. I mean, it's a feeling. I mean, it's as long as you can stay in rhythm, keep the rhythm. If you feel like you're in that rhythm, you feel like you're hot. So it's all about getting as many shots up as you can when that rhythm is right.
So, with what's your daily routine, right? Because I'm assuming you guys fly out to Utah tonight or soon. Assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, I gotta leave in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Okay. That makes sense now.
So we leave.
So what's your daily routine, right? On a travel day, let's say you're going, Utah.
So right now, I mean, on a back-to-back, we always have our mandatory off days. League mandated, you have to have an off day after 2 back-to-backs, or have 1 after 2 games. So right now we have an off day.
Yeah.
Right now it's probably me at the plane, fly out to Utah, and then and that's when we get there. We're just chilling, go get dinner, treatment if you need it. But yeah, it's really about just relaxing. I mean, I usually go to bed early, on road trips. As old as that sounds, I'm an old man, but yeah, I usually will take my PlayStation, just hook it up, put some Netflix on or something, just go to sleep, watch a movie, and then wake up the next day. Then we usually have shoot around, early in the morning, go over, do some plays, get some shots up, come back, get some more treatment on whatever you need, stretch, whatever it may be. And then after that, you pretty much just, maybe take a nap, and then we have what 2 or 3 buses that will take you over to the game,
Yeah.
depending on what like your shooting time is. So it just, I mean, it's pretty much like that every day, and then you go to the game, and then yeah, play, and then probably leave after the game and come back here, and whatever the schedule is
Yeah.
for that day, they'll send it to us, and yeah.
So I saw a lot of people talking about this below. When are we going to see a Terrence Ross Twitch stream? When's that coming? When are we going to see another T Ross?
Yeah. So no, look. So I actually just got a PC. I get all my setup here in the next day or two. That took a little longer just because we're on the road a lot. So I get my PC the next day or two. So hopefully by the end of this week, you will see your boy back up streaming and back on Twitch, playing some games. But, yeah, no, for sure. I'm trying to get the whole setup right. I'm trying to get everything going, make sure everything is set up, make sure the Wi-Fi, the Ethernet cord is like.
Right. Yeah.
I need to have my perfect setup before I start going. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I want none of that. I don't want to come incorrect. So I'm getting all that soon. Should be here fairly soon. So bear with me, everybody that's in here that rocks on my Twitch channel.
For sure. Do you think you would beat me in a game in 2K?
Yeah. But, well, it's crazy. I only play the only 2K I play is like my team. So if you play my team, yeah, I'll destroy you. I'm too nice.
You see the clip I posted when I hit that step back with Book? That was
cold. You were that, bro. I will kill you with my team setup. Don't worry.
You play with yourself in my team?
I did when I had my card. If I get another card, I will for sure, 100%. But no, updates now. Everybody's 99 overall. You got to keep up.
Man, these dark matters and everything, they go crazy.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some more T Ross TikToks, man. For my game day post.
No, trust me. When I get my stream set up, I'll get all that back.
We gotta run on COD for sure. We gotta get on. I see you play modern.
No,
for sure.
Trust me. I'm gonna get everything once I get my setup back. You see me everywhere.
Well, Terrence, you gotta leave pretty soon. I appreciate you hopping on the podcast. Yeah. Truly a humbling, blessing moment. And yeah, maybe we'll chat up again after the playoffs, after we win that chip, you know.
For sure. I'm sure we'll come back around to do a part 2. So
yeah, guys, episode 1
all right,
is completely successfully. See you guys in the next one. It's been your boy Sons Wide and T Ross. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.